Drew James here from LearnGuitarInLondon.com. I hope you're having a great day. This is my fingerstyle instrumental interpretation of Love of My Life by Queen. Excuse me. Such a beautiful song, and it actually transfers really well, at least the simple melody parts do, to the acoustic guitar. And I've tried to keep it simple for you beginner fingerstyle players as best that I can, and I'll be doing the same in the lesson, breaking it down bar by bar. Now, bars references the music, so it would be great if you could get the music to this. It's completely for free at my website, LearnGuitarInLondon.com. I've left a link in the video and a link in the description if you're watching on YouTube, so that you can get that tab, and then we'll be playing bar by bar. As I said, it is completely free. So you're going to need to grab your capo, stick it on fret 5, really makes it sound, a lot like Freddie Mercury's voice when you do that, and let's start learning how to play it right now. As this is a fingerstyle instrumental, I follow the rule that the thumb plays the top 3 strings, that's E, A and D. The index finger plays the G string or the 4th string down, middle finger plays the 5th string down, and ring finger plays the thinnest string. So that would be thumb, 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 index, middle, ring. Okay, I like to use that system because it makes things easier on the right hand over time. It also means you can play faster when you need to. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing. If ever I'm referencing on the picking hand and saying thumb or something, that's what I'm talking about. On the left hand, you've got fret 1, 2, and 3, so that's all in relationship to the capo. So this would be fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. Technically, it's not with the capo there, but with the capo, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, I call the strings Eddie 8 Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie, EAD, GBE. Other than that, all terminology we should be all good with. So let's have a look at the first couple of bars. As I said, do make sure you've got the music. Okay, so we're starting this with 3rd fret on the thickest string. Now, I like to use my ring finger for this. You can use your middle. I'll show you that alternate fingering in a minute. We're starting with a pinch, which means pulling 2 strings at the same time on the thumb on the thickest and the index. Then the pinky finger is going to be playing fret 4 on the D string. So we've kind of got this awkward shape of like... Now you can go if you want to, but I personally prefer to use the ring and the pinky. It may be harder to do because we're going to be going to C later on, and that's just an easier chord change than having to do that. Then we've got these 2 3s together, so that's put the pinky down, leave the ring where it is. So this finger doesn't move. Then open on G, thumb on D, open on G. Then moving to fret 4 on the D string, use your ring finger for that on your fretting hand, pinch the thickest string, and use your index finger to play the 4th fret on the D. And then we're playing 2nd fret on the D string. Now, you'll notice I'm kind of doing this with a bar chord, which is basically where we press down more than one string at the same time. You could do an E minor if you know that chord well, with index and middle, but I'm suggesting using a little mini bar, pressing just the A and the D, because it helps things ring throughout the bar. Now, if we did it with a separate E minor, it would be like this. So it just means that we're not keeping that note ringing as long. So then leave the bar there, then go thickest string, thumb on A, index. So you leave the bar there for the remainder of the bar, and that gives you the other notes. Let's look at the next 2 bars. Okay, so this is based on an A minor chord, so that's fret 1 on the B string with the index finger, fret 2 on the D string with the middle finger, and fret 3 on the G string with the ring finger, giving you this chord. If you put that chord down, pinch the A string and the middle finger, then lift up your index finger on your picking hand, lift it up, put it back. So you pinch, open on B, first on B. Then ring finger playing the thinnest string on the open. And then, because you've got that chord all held down, you can do the rest of the bar by going. So you go A string, D string, G string, D string. So by setting up this chord, you'll save yourself a lot of moving around to do the rest of the bar. Then the next part, open on D, 3rd fret on B, then pinch that note that you're holding down 3rd fret on B and the D string, then play fret 1 on the B string. Do those 2 bars again. Okay, good. So let's move on to the next 2 bars. Okay, so once again we're going to be 3rd fret on the thickest string. Do a pinch on that note and the middle finger on the B string, that's an open. Then, trying to leave that finger there, use your middle finger on your fretting hand to play fret 2 on the G, then lift up off the G. Then pinky on fret 3 on the B string. If you're doing this well, you want to be making sure that this 3 stays held down just like we did throughout the whole bar, just like we did with the first bar. So this is the first half of the bar. Then we go thumb on thickest, index on open, G, middle holding down that 3, and then ring on the open. Then from here, move to a C chord, so bring your ring finger down to the A string on the 3rd fret on the A string, middle finger on the 2nd fret on the D, and index finger on the 1st fret on the B. And then you're going to pinch, thumb on the A string to give you the C bass note, and the ring finger on the thinnest string. Then middle, index, thumb. So pinch, middle, index, thumb on D. Okay? For the second half of the bar, lift up the ring finger on your fretting hand, put your middle finger on your fretting hand on the A string on the 2nd fret, but leave the index finger there on fret 1 like you had left over from the C, and then pick the A string, G string, middle finger on the B string, and so you're going to go play the 1, then lift up the 1 for an open. So that bar is. And I'll do those 2 bars now. So this is bars 5 and 6. Okay, now that leads to, we really want to do the next bit because the melody pushes into this. So we'll make an A minor, again, like we did at in bar 3. So make that A minor. We're going to pinch the A string and the middle finger on the B. Then G string. Then middle finger on B, and then G string. Then you can just peel all other fingers away and leave the middle finger there on fret 2 on the D string, and then pinch, thumb on thickest and middle finger on B, then G, then thumb on D string to play that 2 we're holding down, and then open B. Those 2 parts again. For for this bar at least, we're going to make an F major 7 of sorts. So that means you put down the 3rd fret on the D string with the ring finger, and index finger on the 1st fret on the B string. Pluck those 2 strings together at the same time as a pinch, thumb and middle, and then let go with the index to get that open B string, and then put the middle finger down on fret 2 on the G string and play that note, then let go with the middle finger and pinch the thumb and B. I'll do that one more time, sorry. That's what we've got. Then, apologies, move the ring finger up to fret 3 on the A string. It's like you're doing a C chord. Pluck the A string and the index finger on the G. Then kind of put a bit more of the C chord down, so that's middle finger on fret 2 on the D. Then 2 strikes on the A string. So I'll just recap that bar 8. So it's based on an F major 7 where you're on 1, 2 and 3 with the index, middle and ring on the B, G and D string. Then we move to a C chord of sorts. And now let's look at the next 2 bars. Okay, so for this, coming out of that last chord, you leave your ring finger on fret 3 on the A string and put the index finger on fret 1 on the thickest string. It means a bit of a stretch, so you will need to bring your thumb around and push your wrist forwards. You're going to pinch those 2 strings using your thumb and index finger. Then you're going to let go with the index, leave the ring where it is on fret 3, pinch that A string and the D string. So we go, then find fret 1 on the B string and play the A and the B as a pinch. So we've got. Then fret 5 on the B string with our index finger also pressed down on fret 3 on the same string. I'll show you why in a moment. We're going to pinch the D string and that 5. And what you're going to do is you're going to strike that note and you're going to flick it away. This is called a flick off. This is where you ping the string, so it's going 5, 3. You'll see in the music there's a little P above it. That means you're pulling off. I prefer the term flick because you flick the finger, you drag it down on the string to get that sound. Then the final bar on that first page, hold down fret 2 on the G string and fret 3 on the E string using middle and index. Pinch those 2 notes, then lift up of the G, then put back down on the G. So that's 3, 2, open, 2, then 1 on the B string. So those 2 bars. And just a little note about timing here in this part. So listen, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. So after you do the flick off, you hold that 3 note, that's why there's a note in brackets in the music, over into the next bar for just 1 beat. So you go 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. And then onto the next page, you make a C chord and you're just going to pinch and do a pattern over that C chord. So make your C. So pinch it, thumb and middle, index, thumb on D, index, thumb on A, index, thumb on index. You then repeat straight back to the beginning. So you'd be going like this. Not that note. And you'd be going all the way around, all the stuff we've just learnt. Now this time, when we get to bar 10, once we've done it the second time, we now go into bar 12 and we miss out bar 11. And we're going to keep our first finger, our index finger on the first fret there on the B string, and we're going to pinch the A, then lift up off B, play it, put it down again, and then play the ring finger on the thinnest. That's the rest of the bar. So it's based on A minor, then thumb on A, thumb on D, index, thumb on D. I'll do the next bar. So the next bar is pinching the E and B string as open, then find the second fret on the G, then lift up off the G, and then ring finger on thinnest. And you'll find it more useful if you make an E minor for the second half of that bar, then go thumb on thickest, thumb on A, thumb on D, thumb on A. So that bar is... Then make a D minor chord, so that's fret 1 on the thinnest string, fret 2 on the G string with the middle finger, and fret 3 on the B string with the ring finger. Play thumb on the open D string, then ring, middle, index to make the 1, 3, 2. And the next chord is an F minor, so put the ring finger on fret 3 on the A string, and then do a bar chord on the bottom 3 strings on the fret 1. And then go thumb, ring, middle, index. So you go, and then make a C and strum. You can put the thinnest string in if you want, but just strum it down. So bar 14 is probably the most challenging on the fretting hands. My advice is get this note first as you come change chord, and then get the bar down. Don't try to get it all down at the same time. Make the bar and. Okay, so I do hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel for more fingerstyle lessons taught just like this. Keep on playing, see you soon.